Just like with helmets, motorcycle jackets also come with a variety of safety standards and factors that are important to keep in mind. So we'll be helping you decode that mysterious jumble of numbers and letters. While with motorcycle helmets, you get one test that encompasses most of the helmet, and though there are multiple tests and they do differ, you can rest assured that your helmet has been certified. Except with DOT, but that's for another time. With jackets, things get a bit more complicated though. You've now got to certify the separate items. You've got the jacket material, you've got the hard protectors, and the jacket overall. Not to mention all the other small additional safety features to keep in mind. But don't worry, we'll be running through all of these aspects as well as the nuances of the language itself. Just a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe, and if you're curious to learn more about the features in different jackets, to take a look at the rest of our YouTube channel where we review the latest motorcycle helmets and gear. First up, it doesn't make sense to talk about jacket safety before giving a quick word to textile versus leather, since this often ends up being very contentious. For a simple answer, most textiles used in jackets nowadays will offer about the same level of abrasion resistance as leather. Nonetheless, you do have some differences. The main one being that leather will last better over multiple impacts than textile, which you'll usually have to replace after coming into contact with the road. The most important thing to be aware of in terms of textile jackets is that mesh summer jackets will usually be less abrasion resistant, since the mesh is going to be a weaker point. So, like most things in life, you have a sliding scale of a trade-off of either safety or comfort. Now, onto the hard stuff. The main piece of equipment that will absorb any impact from the road will be the protectors that you get on the jacket. You usually get these in the shoulder and the elbow, since they're the most exposed areas, and you usually get an option for an additional back or chest protector. The main goal of these pads is to absorb impacts and be abrasion resistant without causing you discomfort. So these protectors come in a variety of materials, from nitrile rubber to in-house protectors like C-Flex or C-Smart, to high-quality brand names like D3O, or even composite protectors. The one thing these pads will have in common is that they are all certified to a specific CE level. So usually CEN 1621, as well as the year. So let's take this Dainese pad for example. Usually see this 1621 and a number and a year, in this case 2012. This number is the standard that the protectors are certified to, and then you also have the level. Within this you have CE level 1 and CE level 2, where level 1 means the protector can transmit a maximum of 18 kilonewtons of force, and at no point can it peak above 24 kilonewtons, and the level 2 protector can transmit a maximum of 9 kilonewtons with a max peak of 12. So obviously CE level 2 is better than CE level 1, and you can see this clearly with these two Revit pads. This is CE level 2, while this is CE level 1. So breaking it down again once more with this Revit protector here, you've got EN 1621 2012 at the bottom, CE level 2, and then you have what type of protector it is, the level, and additional temperature tests. And you should make sure it has a little motorcyclist icon there. And this will always be somewhere on the protector, regardless of the company, since it has to be there. On to jacket certifications now, and you actually have two. First, you have EN 13595, which is the older of the two, and second, you have prEN 17092, which is more recent. The main difference between the two is that the prEN standard is newer and has reduced the number of test zones from 4 to 3. It applies to all motorcycle protective equipment, and it uses a different abrasion test. Usually the older standard meant the material of the jacket is tested for seam strength, penetration, and abrasion resistance, where the abrasion is measured on a large belt sander apparatus or a Cambridge machine, moving at about 28 kilometers per hour until the test sample develops a hole. So it gives you a good idea of how well the material stands up to abrasion. The prEN method uses the same tests as the previous one, but instead of a moving belt, the sample material is mounted on a Darmstadt machine. So this means the sample is mounted on a machine that spins it at a set test speed on a special concrete block. The advantage of this method is the Darmstadt machine gives a more accurate idea of the sample's performance, since it mimics an approximate 75 kilo weight. So it has a bit more of a real-world focus, but the downside is it doesn't really tell you how long the sample will last, like with the Cambridge machine. With the main standards over with, we'll put it all together and dive into the tag that you get in your jacket, as well as 3 key terms: CE tested, certified, and approved. While they may seem like the same thing on the surface, they're actually very different. CE tested means the jacket has been tested in-house, and you don't usually have a great idea of how well the armor did or how the jacket itself will perform, since maybe only the safest parts of the jacket have been tested. CE certified is one step better since it is performed by a certified facility, but the whole jacket still may not have been tested. Lastly, approved is the best since the whole jacket has been tested in a certified third-party facility. As for the label, so bringing it all together, you've got this Dainese jacket here. It's a summer jacket. So you've got your motorcyclist. It's certified to prEN 17092 2017 to Class A. Ideally, you'd want it Class AA or AAA, but again, this is a lighter summer jacket. On the flip side of this tag, you have the protectors listed. So you have CE Level 1 in the shoulder and the elbow, marked by the S and the E, and they are certified to EN 1621 2012. For our last few words on safety, besides lab testing, there are a few things to watch out for that will improve the jacket's overall performance. For example, reflective panels will make you more visible in the dark or in the rain, which is one of the main dangers to motorcyclists. As I mentioned earlier, you have different types of textiles that will also offer different levels of safety. So it's also good to see what sort of reinforcement you have and what the thickness of the material is. Usually a good quality jacket like this one that will protect you properly will be about 600G as far as the thickness of the material, while a lighter casual or a summer jacket will be around 450D. If you're confident in a jacket's safety, then make sure to head to championhelmets.com where we have our lowest price guarantee and plenty of jacket bundle deals including discounted matching pants. Now you should have a good idea for how these jackets are divided and classed in terms of their safety. So it's important to consider the jacket itself and the protectors separately since this is how the testing schemes are organized. And also make sure to check what level of safety that you're getting overall. But if you still have any questions, you can always let us know down in the comments below. And if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe for more guides and reviews for the latest gear. I'm Sebastian from Champion Helmets, and thanks for watching.